I'm Samy B. I'm the host to the Amateur Theater. Been lining some people up, do some interviews, talking to musicians, making some networking happen, building some viewers on my channel, just trying to have some fun and some off time that I end up sometimes having, and I decided to do videoing and whatnot. So yeah, I don't have anyone to interview me, so I thought I would interview myself, I guess. I mean, is that a thing? I just don't have anyone to, well, sit where I am and interview me, so we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I'm Samy B, and it's a pleasure to be here tonight at the Amateur Theater. I'm going to treat this like any old interview. I'm going to ask the tough questions, like, name a perfect song, Sammy. This is a tough one. A perfect song. I think everyone has trouble answering this question. Like, what song is perfect? Not necessarily a favorite, but something that's just moves you. How about... Ooh. Oh, there's so many. I could see why people have trouble with this. I guess I could pick about something. See, he doesn't write his own stuff all the time. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna pick something outside the box here. A perfect song that moves a lot of people. Maybe not you, but it moved me when I saw it live. During COVID, it was Shivers by Ed Sheeran. The way the band got together, the way the band did the thing that they were doing, it was extraordinary. Extraordinary. I could not believe how good the music was. I think it was a Tiny Desk concert contest thing, which I will probably be entering again. Next year, 2026. I didn't come in any place worth mentioning this year, but, there's always next year. Why not? Why not? So, yeah, perfect song. What else you got? What needs to be in a perfect song? Well, I mean, first, for me, perfect song needs some form of guitar in it. Something. I mean, any old guitar will do. It could be an acoustic guitar. It could be a sitar. It has to be a guitar in it. There has to be a good groove. Melody is super important. I'm not a lead fan, per se, so leads don't need to be in there. If there was a lead to be put in, I would say it would need to be very melodic, more so. I don't want to stereotype anybody's lead playing, but let's say George Harrison, the way he would write a lead. Sometimes Eric Clapton writes some real melodic stuff, but not so many leads need to be in a perfect song, but if they're going to put one, it needs to be super melodic. I don't want to hear, blah, 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 yay, you can go fast. All right, that's for some people. It's not for me. Don't say it. Keep doing it. If that's for you, do that. People like that stuff. There are people out there that like that stuff. Please keep doing it. I just am not a fan of it. All right? That's just me. So what type of music do you gravitate towards there, Mr. Samy B? The Biz, as you're so known in the musical world of music. Music genre I gravitate towards would be, today is a little different than 20 years ago, obviously, but today I kind of gravitate towards the blues. I always loved rock and roll, but pretty much I consider all rock and roll, most rock and roll, I guess. All right, all rock and roll is blues, good rock and roll. If it's crap, it's crap. Like, it's not good, so it's crap. But, rock and roll. R&B from the 50s and 60s, old stuff like Otis Redding, like hopefully that doesn't plagiarize your video, Sammy. Yeah, like Sitting on the Dock of the Bay. That also is probably a perfect song. I mean, it's missing a whole set of verse that he whistles over, but hey, they still put out music after he passed away. Otis Redding, man, check him out. If you've never seen or heard Otis Redding, check him out. Stuff is good. I'm sure his catalog is available on all those listening platforms. It usually is. All right. What genre of music do you feel confusing and hard to understand? Well, classical music, jazz music, some rap is hard to understand. I don't understand where some of the rhythm patterns come into play over the top of something that's already there. I mean, and where's the music? Back in the 80s, the 90s, rap had, like, people were playing keyboards. They were playing instruments. I mean, In Living Color, they did some rap stuff over rock music. It was good. Check it out. Anyway, yeah, those jazz, classical music, those are tough for me to understand. I don't really understand it at all. How much music theory do I know? Well, I claim to know something about theory. I know music has to have like a circular pattern to it. A start and a stop, which really can continue over and over and over again. If it can't continue over and over again, you don't have a loop. You don't have theory, theoretically, I guess, theoretically speaking. I know a little bit. Un poquito theory, just enough to write songs. I know some chords that go over other chords that sound great over other chords. Like, I like this A minor chord. That's an F with a C on the bass. The C on my index finger hasn't moved. Then there's always, throw a C in there. And then a tension note. I'm going to go up a whole step. It's like a G5 chord. Sometimes I play it with the B in the on the B string. I just leave that as an open string. Some people hate that, but I like it. I play in drop D, so yeah. That's about all I know in theory, is how to figure out how chords go together. Rhythm. That's about all I know. I know there's an A, there's a B, there's some other letters in between there with some flats, and I think it goes to G. Yeah, there's 12 chromatical notes, 5 chord shapes, and over 2,500 chords that can be created. There are also chords that can't be created because nobody wants to hear them, but technically they're chords. They might be like a 17th or a 38th or something, but it's a chord. It just might not be something you're used to hearing. So yeah. So this card 1 of my interview. How did you first get started playing? Well, playing the guitar, playing music, playing baseball. What kind of question is this, Sammy, anyway? Well, this question happens to be a simple one, Sammy. If you could just answer it simplistically. Playing of music, be it guitar, be it vocals, be it drums, be it the harmonica. I know you played the kazoo and been known to pull out the jaw harp and twang your way right into people's hearts, haven't you now? I've been known to jaw harp a tune or two, It's fun sometimes to pull out musical instruments that nobody expects you to pull out and use, like a jaw harp. If you don't know what a jaw harp is, if I wasn't all strapped in and like actually doing the recording or had someone else here helping me out, I would have them go grab me my jaw harp from right over there, because I keep it over near where I like to play music. And sometimes I pull it out on songs. It doesn't work, then I throw it. Yeah, it's a piece of steel. It'll survive. So yeah, when I first got started playing, I was probably about 8 years old, maybe 8 or 9, maybe. Be 1988. I found a guitar in my mom's closet. It was a Yamaha, pine front, mahogany sides, I think, mahogany back probably. It was shiny on the back, I remember that. Nylon string, so it was really wide grip, especially for an 8-year-old. And I took lessons down at the Haverhill Music. That's right, Haverhill Music. I had to walk from, where were we living then? Wow. It was probably 3 miles through High Street, if anyone's ever been, High Street area, Washington Street area, down through downtown, all by yourself, 8, 9 years old. I don't think people would like that, carrying a guitar too. But yeah, so that's when I started playing. I started playing Caterpillar, 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 Caterpillar. And they asked me to try to do it in the key. Caterpillar, Caterpillar. So actually trying to teach me, I guess, how to sing and play at the same time. But so yeah, about 3 lessons in, I gave up because the first time it was cold and you had to walk in the snow uphill both ways. You know what I'm talking about, you older people. Yeah, so I gave up on that, and I didn't pick it up again till around 1998. So 10 years later, after a whole bunch of BMX riding and having a good old time, I found the guitar again. This chick I met at a show, we started hanging out, and she gave me a guitar. I still have it. I write tunes on it. It was an Oscar Schmidt. The only sentimental value it has for me right now is that I've written a lot of music on it. It's been broken and glued and stepped on and thrown and stuffed in the back seat and loaned out to people. And it's always found its way home. And it was living in a closet when I found it and started teaching this chick's brother how to play it. And he said, listen, I don't want to play this anymore. And she was like, you can have it. And I never saw her again. I remember her first name. I don't remember her last name at all, but whatever. So I have this guitar. I wrote a lot of songs on it, had a good old time. And so yeah, about 98, I started working on guitar. I found some peeps to get together and do some music. I think we were called Hurt Bad in a Shoebox. Hurt Bad in a Shoebox. I remember those days anyway. Yeah, Hurt Bad. Wow. That's a long time ago. It was then turned into the Aftermath. I was the vocalist. Did a lot of screaming. It was death metal. That's what we were calling it anyway. Really fast breaks and heavy cut time spots. Death metal. Look up any death metal song. You'll see it's pretty crazy. Had a good time doing it. Then we moved on to Shoes of the Wicked. There was a Shoes of the Wicked. Some of the same band members. The drummer I have now in 45 Minutes to Nowhere, he was in Shoes of the Wicked. Then we did Tongue and Groove. Tongue and Groove, probably one of my more favorite heavy bands that I was in. We got to play a lot of shows. We toured all over the Boston, Southern New Hampshire, northern Massachusetts areas. Northern New Hampshire too. We played some really cool lobster fests out in the middle of the woods, running off of generators. Lights go out. The only one who can continue to play are the acoustic people, which should be the drummer. So that gives your drummer a whole section to have a cool drum solo. Take it, Bill, who is not one to mess around when he has the spotlight on him. And wait, there was no lights. It was just dark, but he was playing. It was good. It was good. Tongue and Groove. I was the vocalist there. We just did a 10-year anniversary, 12-year reunion tour. Yeah. One show, 42 minutes. That was it. It was fun. There was a little bit of audio issues that we were having. People didn't know how to play in a band. They haven't played in a band in a long time, so being the loudest person used to work when we were young, but when you're older, I'm not going to date myself, you like to have the music, evenly matched for the stage, for the room, you got to read the room. If you're not reading the room, if people's backs are against the wall, stuck, like trying to get as far away from the sound as possible, you're probably too loud for that room. That would be reading the room. That would be time to turn the audio down of some way, somehow. Like the high piercing stuff, get it down. Anyway, I guess I just answered when I first joined. First joined a band 98, 99. The one that I had the most fun was for my younger years, where you're out partying, having a great old time. It didn't matter what you did to your body. It held up, and you could do it again tomorrow. It was probably in the 2002. It's hard to say now. Try to say 2002 without saying a 20 in front of it. 2002, 2003, somewhere in there, we got out of the Aftermath and into Tongue and Groove. We named ourselves off of the ceiling in my kitchen. We lived in a little camp in Danville, which I live in Danville now, but Danville was just my family grew up around here, and we moved to Haverhill forever. I was born in Haverhill, and then that was it. We did our thing. Now I'm here again, back in Danville, having a good old time, all by myself. All right, I'm getting a little off track here. The bands you were in, would you say the music played or written could define you as a person? I guess at the time that I was in the band, it would define me as a person for sure. I lived and breathed that music. Whatever music I was into at the time, that's what kind of music I wrote. I always have been writing lyrics down, poetry, mostly thinking about it being as a lyric. So I've sat and wrote probably 20 songs to listening to Typo Negative, Bloody Kisses. Not that I wrote the songs or music or stole anything. It just, that was the music I was listening to at the time, and I was writing songs. I was probably in one of those type of moods, kind of like, you end up in that kind of mood of the music you listen to. And Bloody Kisses is a dark album, very, very dark album. I didn't know that cover songs on an album like that could be so dark, but there was one song to cover. Great band, Typo Negative. Wow, I haven't thought of them in a while, but yeah. So the bands define me. Like the band I'm in now, I am pushing us towards a blues, rock kind of sound. Not that heavy guitar, just like as much, like right now I'm playing room levels. This is just a tiny bit of overdrive. Just I like a good amount of overdrive, not distortion, overdrive. That's how I like to see. So yeah, the music I'm playing now defines me as a storyteller. a laugh. I love to laugh. In fact, one of my phrases, if you're not laughing, you're not living. That's, I hope no one else already coined it because I've been saying it a lot in my videos. I think I have it said probably over 100 times in videos. Hashtag it for me in my own videos. That'd be great. If you're not laughing, you're not living. And if you're not living, you're definitely not laughing. I mean, one goes with the other. If I heard a recording of myself, would I be able to define what emotions I was going through at the time of the recording? So, like, let's say I was listening to a recording of myself, which I have a lot of recordings. This is, I believe, how I was able to progress musically with no instruction, was always listening and learning from the stuff that I was doing, trying to play along to stuff that other people were doing. Back in those days, YouTube wasn't available. The internet wasn't available. 94. Yeah, I think 94, the internet, we were able to. 96, I was doing my taxes online. Dial up. It sounded like a fax machine. I don't know if any of ever have to deal with that crap, but yeah, growing up we did. Yeah, good times. Where we at here? The music, that's where I was at. If I heard a recording of myself. So yeah, if I heard a recording of myself, yeah, I could probably tell you everything that was going on in my life at the time, whether it be good, bad, indifferent, happy, sad, easily, very easily. I could probably, off the first few notes of a song, start singing the words. It's like my MO. There's a 50s, 40s, 60s, 50s, 40s, 60s. That's really my R&B genre where I grew up listening to. I could probably start singing the words right off the first note of the song. Test me sometime, any one of you. All right, who are your influences? My main influences today are still those of the yesteryear. The 40s, the 50s, the 60s. Those are the years that people still were playing. I mean, people play music today, but do they? I mean, what says they're playing the music? I mean, there are some talented musicians out there, don't get me wrong, but do you really like any of the top 40 right now? I mean, you go back to the 40s and 50s, and the top 40 was awesome, like really awesome. But I mean, I guess it depends the genre too. Do they have a top 40 for metal music? They probably do on some radio stations, Sirius Music or whatever. They got radio stations out there somewhere for you metalheads. I like metal too. I'll still listen to it. I'll jam out to it. I just sometimes I play it. I just don't do it very often. But yeah, 40s, 50s music. I like Marvin Gaye. I like Barry White. I like Willie Nelson. I like the Highwaymen. I like some Keith Urban stuff. Usually when I see Keith Urban on like the TV, like he's doing a ABC special or something, the song he plays is usually pretty good. I mean, for a country song, it's pretty good. It's no Willie Nelson, but it's something. Who is my favorite guitar, bass, vocal, composer, entertainer, drummer? I mean, I really like ZZ Top for just music in general, like the way they approach music. I mean, balls to the wall, not like, hey, they only play blues music from Texas. No, I mean, they just go four to the floor. I guess I shouldn't say balls, but whatever. Guitar player. I guess I don't have a favorite guitar player right now. I mean, Gary Clark Jr. I dig the way he plays the guitar. The way he can play it in many different genres, I kind of like that too. Who else? Bass player, Les Claypool, probably my favorite bass player. Vocalist, you know, no, he's not at the top, but Teddy Swims is a good vocalist when he is in the studio. Who else is a good vocalist? I mean, Taylor Swift is a good vocalist, but I don't really listen to her very much, or at all. What's my favorite lick? Can you show us? Tears of the Moon. I'm all just promoting stuff for myself here. Do you have a practice regimen? Yes, I do. I pick up the guitar and I check and see if it's in tune enough for me to play it, or if it's in tune with itself. I usually gravitate towards this D5 chord, and I immediately check to see if holding the low end string in an E shape, well, this is an E shape for me. It's actually a D shape still. It's D, just slid it up a fret. Yeah, those are my A minor favorite chord. Yeah. So those are my my practice regimen consists of checking to see if my guitar is in tune, and then I work out some things like sometimes I practice this spider lick. You have to check out Google the spider. I'm not going to explain it, but it basically you're only having the one finger that's moving cannot be on the fretboard. So you're always having the previous note ringing out until you're blocking it, because you will be blocking it. So all four fingers are sitting down. It's very difficult to play in the low end position, so that's why I practice it here. But then you go. See, I already lifted a finger. Yeah, I'm not the best at it. I actually practice it a lot more up here just to get the flow going, and then I'll bring it to, because your fingers are spread so far apart. But that's one of my practice regimens, and just wailing out, just going after something, grabbing. Just doing something to get warmed up, and then I usually don't, I run through some scales here or there, but it's not very often. It's probably once or twice a week I actually sit down and do a practice regimen. But for the most of the time I sit down with the guitar daily, it's playing a tune that I just was working on, or writing a new song, or working out some chords to eventually write a song to it. So that's my goal anyway. Where we at here? Did I have a practice regimen when I was younger? No, I just went to band practice, and we practiced 3 days a week, though. So, yeah, I guess 3 days a week I was at band practice with the guys doing our thing. What's one thing that I would tell a new player? Practice. It does make perfect. Love. You have to love the instrument if you're going to be a guitar player. That's what we were talking about when we say player is player. You're going to play the guitar. There are so many other instruments out there. I get it, blah, blah, blah. But if you take an acoustic guitar, you can sit down in any part of the world and play any song in any genre, and pretty much everyone in the area will be able to join in with you. Also, you don't need to be able to plug it in because it's acoustic, so it can play. Sometimes you got to get it loud if you can. If otherwise, you can't have everyone else be any louder than you, or no one's going to hear you. Or you move all the way up to the front and play as close to the audience as possible to let all those little loud bastards play in the back. But yeah, I would tell you to practice stuff you want to practice, really. If you want to be a good player, you'll practice the stuff you want to practice. If you don't want to be a good player, you'll practice nothing, right? I mean, I don't practice, like practice. I learned the things I needed to learn as I needed to learn them in order to write the music that I wanted to write. But it took a long time to do it that way. If you want to get it done a lot faster, practice. Hey, and you all know how to get to Carnegie Hall? Practice. It's a friend of mine saying, have you ever played a show? I have played a show. Have you played a lot of shows? I have played a lot of shows. A lot. As a performer in cover music and in original music. I do a lot of playing cover music to entertain people in order to play my original music. Because if they're already on the dance floor and you can time out, I mean, you get time to write a set list, you can time out your music to be at a continuous tempo right through from one cover into your original, into another cover, or into another original, however you play it. You keep people on the dance floor. And once you see people dancing, in any genre, whether it be mosh pit dancing, picking up change, all that stuff, once you see people dancing, you want to do that again. I do anyway. And my biggest show, I think, that I played that had the most memorable show would be I mean, I can think of three right off the top of my head, so I guess those are the three memorable shows. I was in a band called Just All Right. We played at the, where was that place? The Shamrock in Lawrence. There was 110 degrees outside, and they didn't have enough time on the main stage outside in the 110 degree weather. But they did have a slot open. So someone booked us and didn't tell anyone else that they booked us. So when we got there, they were like, gosh, we had a whole nother band. We got to try to get into place here. They were like, fine, you can open up the DJs inside. And we're like, so wait, we get to play in the AC? They're like, yes, you do. So we played in the AC for all the people that came in to cool off and get a drink and then go back outside to the hot sun and watching the bands outside. We weren't trying to take anyone's thunder from outside. That's just how it worked out. So there was that show. That was with Tommy Mac and Buddy Hackett. They were in Just All Right with me. We did mostly original music. I don't think we did very many covers at all back then. That band, I had another band, Just All Right. We moved forward doing some more covers. We played a show, the Oktoberfest, in Sandown. That was pretty memorable. It was a great lead player with us then. It was the beginning of the end of that band. That's when I moved on to 45 Minutes to Nowhere. But in that band also, we played... where did we play? We played the Roma at the Roma restaurant at a function for swing dancers. So there was 60 or 70 swing dancers swing dancing around to whatever music we happened to play at the time, which was mostly cover music. It was so fun, very memorable. What's the most people I've played in front of? I would say 600 to 1,000. Yeah. Probably at one of the pig roasts, block party. I played a block party as a band, Not That Good, also as Tongue and Groove. But we closed the show as Not That Good, and that's probably a memorable show too. Police were there. It was a block party. They closed the street down. It was shoulder to shoulder people. There probably could have been 1,000 people on that little tiny street. Apple Street. Whoop whoop whoop. Whoop, Paul McLaughlin. What up, yo? Rest in peace, brother, I should say. Say what up to, but can't really. Sometimes I still do. Life's been hard. What's the biggest mistake or malfunction during a show? Biggest mistake, obviously, dropping my guitar. I was playing in Just All Right. I was playing festival in Kingston, and I had just bought in fact, this pickup, this pick guard, and these controls were from the guitar. It's a parts caster I bought. I had just picked it up, and I was playing some Lagrange and into tush, and I jumped out onto the dance floor wirelessly and was dancing around with people, and before you know it, down goes my guitar. I caught it most of the swing. It just hit the dance floor a little bit. It's got a little body armor scar from touching the floor. I just dropped down onto one knee and just continued playing the song while I was, I mean, you just, I mean, you just keep going. You do what you got to do when you got to do it, and that's that. So yeah, dropped my guitar was a pretty big mistake, malfunction. How did I correct it? I got down on one knee and just kept going. Broken strings, not on my Fender. If it's on a Strat, you just, I mean, I do have it pretty. Those springs are heavy duty tension on my Strat. I have all 5 hooks hooked in. There's 5 springs in the back of it. I don't use the whammy bar or the tremolo bar. But yeah, break a string. That's pretty big because I was in a band the whole time. A lot of the times in the band, there was nobody else. It was just me and the drummer. So there was 2 vocalists and guitar. So when you break a string and it goes out of tune, I used to have a Mexican Strat, which is now part of my American Strat. Not good. It does not stay in tune. I mean, if you can instantly shift keys to start singing out of tune along with your guitar, which, you know, I can't say that doesn't happen. It's probably happens. I don't have a roadie like Stevie Ray Vaughan to come out and give me a new guitar after a string breaks mid-song. A string breaking and trying to change it while you're going, your best bet is to have a cord plugged into a guitar next to your amp with the cord right there where you can easily grab it. So the first thing you do while you take this guitar off, you plug the other guitar in to whatever, this or to your pedal board, whatever, wherever your wireless setup is plugged in, or whatever you have one all set up. You gotta have 2 cords. This one's plugged in. Boom, you just whip it out. Grab the next guitar. The faster you can get it on, especially if you're the only guitar. There's no bass. There's no other piano. There's no nothing. It's just you. I feel for some people where it's just you. It's not as much fun as just being you. What does music give to you, Mr. Biz? What does music give to you? Well, music gives to me life, love, and the pursuit. Without the life, I won't find the love. Without the love, you ain't on no pursuit. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's what music gives to me. Life, love, and the pursuit. It could be the pursuit of happiness. It could be the pursuit of your wife, your love, all that stuff. Yeah, this is what music gives to me. What people and animals and other things give to me is different than what music gives to me. So, yeah, that's what music gives to me. What does performing give to me? Performing gives to me all the things that I've always been looking for while I'm playing music. It's without the performance, I feel the music is useless. Like, why do you even play the music if you're not into performing it? I mean, let's just say, hey, I don't go out and play shows. Well, that's fine, so you don't play shows, but you record music in a studio. You're capturing your performance. So that performance is, I mean, if that's all it takes for you, then, oh man, some people come out with some great stuff. I mean, the Beatles, their last few albums together, they didn't tour at all. They just stayed in the studio and put out albums, and that was that. That was good enough for them and good enough for everybody else. So it was good enough for me too, because I like the Beatles. I mean, whatever. When you were in a cover band, did you get the same satisfaction from the music as being in an original band? Now, I've asked this question to a few people that I've interviewed, and got different responses. So my response is, when I pick a cover song, I pick a cover song that moves me some way, somehow. When I heard the song, maybe I was at a school dance and I heard the song then, and that's what made me want to cover it. Once I learned how to write music and break down songs that I wanted to learn, because, YouTube's only been around for, 10, 13, 12 years, something like that, 13 years. It's probably been around longer, but accessible to us non-carers about the internet. So when I pick a cover song, that cover song gives me a good feeling, but it's not the same satisfaction as playing an original song. I guess it depends on the crowd too, right? So if the crowd is receiving your original music very well, then yeah, I would enjoy that and get more satisfaction out of that for sure. But if it's the other way around and they're really not giving you anything back from your performance, maybe your performance sucks. Maybe you suck at playing songs. Maybe your song sucks. Not every song is picked well, like, not every song is the best song. Not every song is a hit. This is why some people are famous and some people are infamous. That's not a glitch. That's just my pause. I've been practicing that. I do it in a lot of stuff. Live. It's for credits. It's from SNL. Come on. Is it SNL? Yeah. It's either that or In Living Color I think it was In Living Color. They used to pause and the credits would roll. Yeah. So where are we here? We're giving me. So yeah, the satisfaction, the crowd response is really the thing that drives whether the song is giving me satisfaction. So when I play a cover song that I know people are going to dance to, that's, I get a lot of satisfaction from seeing people dance when I'm playing music. So yeah, I really enjoy playing covers that people are going to dance to. And that gives me the same satisfaction as if I was playing a cover song and an original song and no one was dancing. Yeah, that's where I'm at with that. So yeah. What is my favorite original song that I was part of writing or writing myself? My favorite original song? Well, right now it's Craving the Day, and Jesus Played a Bad, Bad Thing. Both brand new songs, just working them out. I've thrown Craving the Day out there. I think it was the first closed curtain session for the amateur theater. Now, if you haven't seen the video, Jesus Played a Bad, Bad Thing, I recorded all of my the take that I recorded for each part live. It's right here in front of the closed curtain, ripping whatever I could rip. It was a good time. It should be out it'll be out. Yeah, it's out Wednesday. I don't know when this video's coming out. It might be next. It might be. This could be episode 3. It could be episode 4. I'm just putting it in the back burner for making it happen. Yeah. So that's this card. Done with this guy. This question I have yet to ask anybody. If you could go back into any one of the bands you were in with the knowledge of how the music industry turned out now, what would you do differently and why? So, yeah, I would go back to Tongue and Groove, my 20s, because, we could have been touring the world if we had just gotten our stuff together. If I the stuff that I know now is probably the stuff that our guitar player at the time knew and still knows. He was just he without him driving some of the tunes. Granted, I'd write some of the songs myself on the guitar and throw them at the band, and I'd have to do the whole like mix down with drums and everything just to get them to understand that you can do a measure, a time signature measure. Anyway, long story short, whatever. Yeah, I would go back to them, and I would. We would have obviously. I would have done a lot more videos there. I do have a ton of videos of Tongue and Groove. One of these days, I'll get some time to throw them up on the YouTubes here. But yeah, I would go back and I would. I mean, the music industry right now is. I mean, I haven't bought an album in a long time. Just where do you go to buy albums? I mean, on the internet. I don't use the internet for buying things. Yeah, blah blah, Amazon stuff. But that all aside, I don't like go to the internet for my information. I get my information from people who have lived the information that I'm looking for. And that being said, the information I have about the music industry is they still make money, whether the artists do or not. And I guess that's been true for the entire time the industry has been industrialized. They're going to make money, those record companies. Keep your rights, save all your rights to the music. The masters, buy your masters back from or try to get them in, the original contract from the recording contract from the studio or the company that you're recording with. Yeah, we used to promote on flyers, man. Promoting, like the things you can promote now. Could I take that with me? I guess. Can I ask the question back? Can I take the YouTube with me backwards? Can I take the Facebook and go back then and get all prepped? I mean, can we go back in time and prep for Facebook? So when, because Facebook was coming out, I was still in Tongue and Groove, and we could have done something. I think it was MySpace. It was probably MySpace. It was MySpace. Would you join another band if the opportunity arises? I mean, I'm still in a band. I made it up myself. If people came to me and said, Sammy, we have a band that is allowing you to do the free stuff that you're allowed to do in your own band, as well as we want you to learn all this crap. I say crap, it's just the way to get through the sentence because I'm, on it. Every minute that I have you watching me is another minute that I get viewed hours for getting monetized some of these days. Yeah. So if that arise, someone said you could have all the musical freedom, I would join a band in a second. On top of, I would keep the band I'm in now too because that's just pure fun. And pure fun is hard to find with bandmates. I have been blessed with bandmates that show up to practice. So for the last 25 to 28 years that I've been doing this, the bandmates wanted to come to practice. Like, we made sure we were at practice. I mean, I lived and breathed rehearsal with the band. I lived and breathed practicing cartwheels while I was singing upside down, one-handed, holding a wireless microphone because I was the singer at the time. I haven't figured out the guitar around the neck thing yet. Unfortunately, the guitars I chose to buy are a little too expensive to just throw. So, and the one that I would have thrown, I took apart and built this one out of. So, yeah, I wouldn't throw that. Anyway, moving on to the next question. How do you measure yourself up to other guitarists? Well, height, width, length, yards? No, none of these. Miles. Miles. That's how I measure myself up to other guitar players. Miles. You choose. Miles away or miles above. Miles below, miles above. Miles is a distance. It's not an up and a down thing, is it? So, I mean, you can go miles up, right? Anyway, blah, blah, blah. So there you have it, folks. Samy B. He is just a genuine person who loves to play music. And appreciate you sharing your stories with us, Sammy. We didn't get very many stories out. Do you have a quick short story you could share with us? Something from back in the day, playing music, maybe? What do you got? Yeah, I might be able to share a quick little something. So one time at band camp, so we used to do this pig roast every year. And this pig roast was to raise money for a friend of ours who passed away. His daughter and son were in the same car accident, but they survived, and their parents didn't. So we threw this benefit show every year for it's probably six or eight of them, I think. But the very first one, we took a stage that I built in my yard and threw it on a pickup truck. This is a big stage. It was a 2-piece platform, 3 feet tall, and we drove it down through the back roads to the venue, and we set the stage up. This stage used to be someone's garage roof. I turned it into a stage, and my band played when I got married in my front yard. But anyway, so we brought the stage there, and for years, we never brought the stage home. I think the first year I brought the stage home. The second year we went there, and I just left it. I just never came. Didn't tell anyone that I was the one that brought it there. When I went back the next day to pick it up, I think the second year I was like, you know what? They can keep it. And I just left. And nobody said anything. And we showed up the third year, and the stage was still there. So the fourth year, the stage was still there. Had some new sheeting on it. I think someone put like a back rail and a little roof system with an awning, a tarp or something they put on it that looked like it had 3 or 4 tarps. I mean, every year people were using it all year round. We only used it that one time a year. The pig roast, yeah, we raised money, and then there would be a party afterwards, like a few weekends later or somewhere down in the sun. Actually, it would be early. That's right. So the pig roast was in August, and near the end of the summer, and the block party was in July. So the block party was to thank everyone from the previous year of the pig roast. So when people went to the pig roast, they paid the money to get in. They bought raffle tickets. They did this. They did that. We raffled off motorcycles and guitars and different things that were left over from the family members to raise money for these kids. And the stage is probably still there, and we're going on got to be 16 years now. It's been sitting there. It was not pressure-treated lumber. I think one year we went in and put joist hangers to hold up the joists. Man, what a time. Those were the good times, man. There would be like 8-10 bands would play. There would be a different crowd in front of the stage for each band. There was mosh pits. There was the block party. The block party was I brought my flatbed trailer into the block party, parked it in this person's driveway that they let us use. It was like a double or triple wide driveway, and they had a slab that used to have a shed or a garage on it, and it was just big enough to fit the trailer on. This was just to get the drums and the amps and stuff elevated off the ground so that, we could be seen. Eventually, we stopped doing the trailer thing, but big tarp covering us. We did one year, it rained the whole time, and the tarp would fill up with water, and there'd be somebody who would go and push on the tarp and get the water to dump off the back. The problem was, if we weren't paying attention and a band played for too long without someone going and pushing the water off the back, when someone did push the water off the back, if a band was playing, the water dumped off the back of the tarp, splashed on the ground, and splashed up and down the shorts of the drummer. So he had swamp shorts for the entire rest of his playing thing. Hey, who knew that was going to happen? Sorry, Johnny. I didn't mean for that to happen, buddy. But it was pretty funny. During the song, the drums just stop. He gets up and starts chasing me around like I knew he was going to get soaking wet. Stuff happens. Good times. Playing music, hanging out with people. Back in those days, any kind of genre of music would play with another kind of genre of music. You could have metal, hardcore, blues. You could have punk, surf music, all at the same show. Exit 23. If anyone watching this remembers Exit 23, you could go into that place. It was the size of the space that I'm sitting in right here, this little tiny space, and we went in with full stacks because we didn't know any better. Like, I could have done every venue I've ever played, indoor, outdoor, with this 65-watt Fender hot rod that's behind me. I have this thing on like 1.5 just to be quiet in this room, and I've put it on 7, and it literally walks across the floor. It's too much. You don't need that much power. But anyway, I'm Samy B. It was a quick little story about having some fun as a bandmate. I love playing music. I love being in music. I love doing music. I love music. Now I'm getting into cutting and pasting videos together. I have new camera stuff here. I'm going to be getting more camera gear, more lighting, better backgrounds, green screening. I can cut and paste music videos. I can do commercials for businesses. There are a lot of things that I can do from my little studio. Podcasts. People have a podcast that they got nowhere to record it. I can record those here. Hit me up in the comments below. Let me know. Maybe I should have said that earlier in the video, because not many people watch to the end. But hey, if you did watch to the end, I thank you very much for watching to the end. I hope this wasn't too boring. And yeah, music. I'm just trying to stay in it, do it. I love it. That's all there is to it. I love music. So now we're going to get into a quick little segment called This or That. And I do this with all of my interviewees, so why not do it with me? Batman or Superman? Superman. Wonder Woman or Catwoman? Well, if it's Michelle, it's Catwoman. If it's Halle Berry, then I'm going Wonder Woman all day. And you know what? We'll just stay with Wonder Woman. Yep. Joker or the Penguin? Everyone said the Joker because the Joker is awesome. Penguin was just a stupid character that someone came up with while they were drawing comic books back in it's probably the 60s when that, probably the 60s when that first Batman Penguin came out. Guitar or bass? Guitar, please. Electric or acoustic? If I could only take one with me, it would be an acoustic. Simon or Garfunkel? For career, Simon. For vocals, Garfunkel. Sammy or Dave? For Van Halen, I would say Sammy all day. What do we got here? Hendrix or Clapton? I'm a Clapton fan. Clapton could sing a little better than Jimmy. That's really the only thing that separates the two is if you're a player and can sing really well. I mean, what are we saying? Jimmy was left-handed, all right? He's trying to sing and play with an upside-down guitar with the knobs in the wrong place. I mean, the man was killing it, but I choose Clapton. For that one reason, just the singing and playing. Paul, George, Ringo, or Lennon? I'm going to choose George for his melodic leads and melodic writing for vocals in general. A lot of his tunes are good. I mean, let's pick a perfect song using George. What's that one? Look Who's Talking. It'll come to me. Johnny Cash or Willie Nelson? Willie Nelson, please. Dolly or Patsy Cline? I'm going to go with Dolly Parton just because I like 9 to 5 better than Patsy Cline's version of Willie Nelson's. I'm just at a loss. When you're on camera, you can't think of anything, nothing. It's gone. It's all there before you sit down. If you don't write it down, see, like, this is why this interview works, because nobody gets to know the questions until I ask them. Unless you're watching the videos, I am using the same questions for everybody. Marvin Gaye, Barry White. I would pick Marvin Gaye over Barry White. Sinatra or Dean Martin? Probably Dean Martin. His music is a little more fun. To quote my friend Rooster, Jim Gullah, Rooster. Dean Martin music is very fun. Elton or Bowie? I would pick Elton John. Just, I like the way Elton plays the piano, and I think Bowie plays the piano really well too. Just, I like Elton if we're going with pop stars from Britain. Time or feel? I am a feel guy, for sure. This is in music, time or feel, because time, 4/4 time, 5/5 time, 5/6 time, 5/7 time, 7/9 time, 9/8 time, all time. Feel, you can make 3/4 time feel like 4/4 time. That's a thing. Rhythm or blues? I mean, I gotta go with, I guess the rhythm. Rhythm for me. I mean, I like to write songs where the chords are the same. Change the rhythm up, it sounds like a total different. I mean, I steal my own chords and write new songs using the same chords, just with a different rhythm and a different placement of the chord in order or whatnot. And the biggest question of them all: this or that? And I will choose this, because this is better than that. It's a thing. Check it out. It's on many, many websites I'm sure you can find out there on the internet. And that there has been another episode of the Amateur Theater with Samy B as your host and your interviewee. Pretty sure that's a word. Interviewee. I don't know what else to call me, or the person sitting next to me. My guest? I guess they're guests, but if there's no one here, just me all by myself. Anyway, yeah. So check out some more videos coming up pretty soon. Get some more people coming in, getting their story out there. So if you've enjoyed what you've seen, like, subscribe, share. Check out some other stuff that I've done. Hopefully in the summertime I'll get some more of them little quick, short, funny videos out there. It's tough to get outside and do the fun stuff when it's like today is just a rainy mess. But yeah, thanks for watching. Have a good night, day, weekend.